The fans are out in full force because the Big East basketball season starts for real tonight right here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The Red Storm opening on the road. Head coach Mike Jarvis still searching for the right combination. Junior college transfer Marcus Hatton is making the adjustment. He leads the Johnnies in scoring. Pittsburgh is off to its best start in 14 years. Ben Hallen's club is 12-1 to start the young season. Junior Brandon Knight has taken charge of this Pittsburgh Panther offense. Pittsburgh and St. John's coming your way next. Happy New Year from Pittsburgh. This is the start of the Big East regular season as the Red Storm and the Panthers get set to battle here at Fitzgerald in its 50th and final year. I'm John Sanders with Ron Perry. Two outstanding point guards go head-to-head tonight.
Yeah, they really do. It's a great matchup. For St. John's, Marcus Hatton leads the way, and for Pitt, it's been Brandon Knight off to a great start. Both players lead their team in scoring, assists, and steals. Brandon Knight leads the Big East Conference at 6.8 assists per game. But Marcus Hatton been very hot for St. John's, averaging about 20 a game over the last 5. Mike Jarvis asking Hatton to not only score, but to play the point guard position. His ability to handle the ball in this game tonight against Pitt's backcourt will be critical for St. John's. And for Pitt, Brandon Knight's been playing great basketball, dishing the basketball, scoring, and he's the catalyst for Pitt out there. And this is really a great matchup, John. I think it very well could be the deciding factor, this backcourt matchup tonight.
It is a terrific backcourt matchup. You look inside, Jakite will be the big man for the Red Storm. Torrey Morris will handle that job inside for Pittsburgh. We've got Big East basketball coming up from the University of Pittsburgh. Settle back and enjoy. Starting lineup straight ahead.
Every time you use your Discover card, Discover will make a donation to America's relief efforts until we reach our goal of $5 million. Just by doing what you do every day, you can help the victims and families of September 11th. To find out more, call 1-800-DISCOVER or go to discovercard.com.
An American hero sits in silence in New York Harbor. She has defended our shores. She is the USS Intrepid. Climb aboard and discover our history, our heritage, in the largest classroom afloat. The Intrepid, an American treasure, an American hero.
Tonight's presentation of Big East Basketball is brought to you in part by your Tri-State Ford dealers.
Honey, the Drakes can't go. Honey, now the Moors want to go. Honey, the Moors can't find a sitter. It's the Stewarts.
Introducing the available third-row seat in the all-new 2002 Ford Explorer. More room for passengers or cargo. It's your call. And now, for a limited time, get 0% financing on America's best-selling Ford Explorer.
Honey!
Madison Square Garden is the big stage for college players and coaches. All the greats have to pass through this arena. The emotions are intense. The players feed off of it. The fans love every minute of it. And everyone wants to be there for the next great moment.
College basketball is in full swing at Madison Square Garden. Don't miss a Big East matchup on Saturday, January 5th as Anthony Glover and the Red Storm go head-to-head with double threat Chris Moss and the West Virginia Mountaineers. For great seats and more Madison Square Garden college basketball information, visit thegarden.com.
One lucky guy. 4 dates at the same time.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I was like gonna puke on her face.
Who will be his mate? Who will he eliminate? 11:30 p.m. weeknights on TV 55.
She moved in with an ex-con.
What was your original crime?
Assault and battery. Next Judge Judy.
Are you crazy?
10 o'clock tonight on TV 55.
Tonight's Big East game from Pittsburgh is being brought to you by Advance Auto Parts. The best part is our people. By Cooper Tires, a lot of mileage for the money. Cooper Tires, drive on. We're in Fitzgerald Fieldhouse in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, on the campus of the University of Pittsburgh. Let's get set to introduce the 9-2 Red Storm starting lineup put together by Mark Jarvis. We've talked about Marcus Hatton already. Willie Schaub, his numbers are down from last year, but one reason, of course, is the play of Hatton. They have changed things just a little bit as far as the starting lineup is concerned because Fordham is in that starting lineup instead of Eric King. There's Mike Jarvis, now in his 4th season. And the Pittsburgh lineup for tonight, same as it's been most of this very successful season so far. Julius Page, this is a guy that a lot of people figured would be the go-to guy for this team this season, but Brandon Knight has kind of taken over that role, Ronnie. That surprises some people.
Well, Knight's been doing a great job dishing the ball and scoring, but Page, a guy that's been playing great defense. He can also shoot it, and he can electrify the crowd, which I hope he does tonight, John, with one of those slam jams inside.
And someplace inside that huddle is Ben Howland. He is in his 3rd year. Took his team to the NIT, and they had a first-round win over St. Bonaventure last year in the NIT. Of course, took his team on that good Big East championship run as they made it all the way to the championship game against Boston College. They have not played for a while. The last win for Pittsburgh was 1995. The last time they played was in the year 2000. St. John's won that one easily. As a matter of fact, as you see, the Red Storm have dominated this series in the last 7 games. Our referee tonight is Mike Kitts. The umpires are Ed Corbett and Donnie Gray. I'm John Sanders. Next to me is Ronnie Perry. This is it, Ronnie. It starts for real tonight. The opening tap. Quickly moving down is Glover. Puts up a little bank shot. Comes up short. Scramble inside. Loose ball is picked up by Hatton. He'll put up a 3. Bending no good. Rebounded by Brown.
Now, good second chance opportunity for St. John's, but unable to capitalize. See who can get out of the gates quickly in this one. Pitt, always tough here at Fitzgerald Fieldhouse.
They are 8-0 so far in this building in its 50th and final season, as I mentioned. Here comes Page. He likes to drive more than shoot outside. Neither one of these teams is especially adept at shooting the three-pointer.
Well, they both play tough man-to-man defense. It makes it tough to get the opening.
Hatton against Page, and Hatton wins the battle, gets the first basket.
Nice job taking care of the basketball, critical in this game. Both teams very quick in the backcourt. St. John's able to capitalize on the turnover on that occasion.
Knight is being guarded by Hatton, so that's a matchup we'll keep an eye on unless Tristan Smith comes in the lineup. Page for 3, comes up short. Zavaskas has the rebound. Page gets it back in and out of the lane. The Panthers with a fresh clock will restart.
Good solid man-to-man by the Red Storm so far. They do a nice job helping out in the lanes.
And that is the 40th three-pointer by Knight this year. That's the most in the Big East Conference.
Knight's playing with so much confidence right now. He's shooting it. He's dishing the basketball. He's also playing some tough D out there tonight.
Here is Shaw with it outside on the perimeter.
Pitt also in the man-to-man. Both clubs going right at each other.
Down low, a little bit too strong. Tip try is no good, and the rebound brought out of there by Julius Page. Ahead to the junior Brandon Knight, who went to Seton Hall Prep and winds up here at Pittsburgh. This is Morris inside. Backs in, powers in, lays it home.
Now, forget about it. When Morris, 6'10", 282, gets it on the block like that, you got to double him up or else forget about it in by the goal.
5-2 Pittsburgh lead. Panthers defensively, they get it inside. The bank shot goes by Hatton, and he has all 4 of the Red Storm points.
He's clearly their go-to guy. St. John's will look for Hatton. He'll also handle the basketball. What a great matchup here. We talked about it off the top. Knight and Hatton getting after it early.
Well, you mentioned his 20-plus point average. There's a bad pass inside stolen there by Jakite. Jakite. Here comes shot at the baseline. He's cut off nicely by Zavaskas. Fordham leans in along the baseline, steps out of bounds. So it'll be Pittsburgh basketball. What about your keys to this game tonight?
Well, I think for St. John's, we talk about it, but they've got to shoot the basketball, shoot the rock, and they want to turn Pitt over. They've done a good job forcing the opponent into 20 turnovers a game so far this year.
Knight has it in backcourt. And here are the keys, Ronnie, for the Panthers.
They've been doing a great job off the boards. They want to keep that up by controlling the glass. And one of your top defensive teams in the nation, tops in the Big East, played the D tough here tonight.
Zavaskas rebounds the missed 3 by Knight. He gets it back, has it inside, knocked away, and maintains possession. Zavaskas for 3. That rims out. Scramble for the rebound. Glover has it for the Red Storm. And we've got a timeout because we have a player who got poked in the eye, and that's Marcus Hatton, the junior college transfer. I mentioned he averaged 24 points a game last year in junior college. at Tallahassee Junior College, and he takes a blow to the face.
Looks like he's okay, but when you get a flying hand like that in the face, in the eye, oh yeah, right there. Torrey Morris comes down with a hand. Fortunately for St. John's, although still wincing a bit. Hatton out there playing right through it. Both of these clubs, I was starting to say, John, really match up well athletically. We talk about point guard play, but the inside play critical as well. Hatton may have had to take that time out with the eye still bothering him.
And I think he called a 30-second timeout because Hatton's eye is bothering him, so he will go to the bench. We have our first stoppage in play. The Panthers have a 1-point lead. Ronnie, we talked about it. You look at the big guys inside a little bit for the Red Storm. Mohamed Jakite, he gets a lot of help inside from Abe Keita, but at the end of the game, I think we'll see a smaller lineup for St. John's.
Yeah, you very well could. Mike Jarvis has really been going to his bench. You see the numbers they've been putting up. He's going 10 deep so far, and you see the bench with 25 a game and double-figure rebounds. Talked about the fact that he may go smaller in this game after Jakite and Keita get the job done early, where you see Glover with a smaller, quicker lineup, looking to run and playing some zone defense here tonight.
20 seconds on the shot clock, and of course the last couple of years we have seen Mike Jarvis, almost stolen away by Knight, go with like about 7 guys and just let them play. And he said, I'd love to do that now, but I don't really think I can. So he said, I've got to mix it up a little bit.
Mix it up, see who gets hot out there, and hope that the depth will play a role in wearing the opponent down. Good drive.
Good drive, but he lost track of the time, and it's a shot clock violation. If he pulls up from the outside, he'll beat the clock.
That's exactly right. I thought he saw it, was going to pull up and let it go. Couple of dribbles too many, and Mike Jarvis just goes back to the bench, and that's where as a coach you just shake your head and say, come on guys, get your head in the game out there.
A lot of turnovers so far, and almost another. Smith got a piece of that, trying to take it away from Brandon Knight, but the Panthers control with 16:24 left in the opening half. Pittsburgh, some big wins so far. They beat their crosstown rivals, Robert Morris, Duquesne, Rhode Island, and they won at Ohio State. 2 big wins for St. John's, Tennessee and Wake Forest. In fact, they're one of just 3 Big East teams to beat a ranked opponent this year. And a bad pass went off the noggin of Fordham, and Knight gets it back. Brown, 2-pointer. No, it's a 3-pointer by Brown. Just his second 3-pointer of the season. He's 2 for 13, and the Panthers have their biggest lead.
Hatton had come up with the steal. He's your top steal guy in the conference and in the nation, just under 4 a game, but St. John's not able to capitalize. When you get a turnover, you want to try to get a good shot and finish off at the offensive end.
Red Storm playing in the Great Alaska Shootout for the first time. The block that time by Julius Page.
Page can be a defensive stopper for Pitt, tends to draw the toughest backcourt assignment. Great D on that one.
Savaskas thought about it, has it stripped away, and gets it back. So the Panthers with 20 on the shot clock do a reset in half court. Mike Jarvis telling us, Ronnie, he thinks this will be a game played in the half court.
Well, he does. He says Pitt, a very patient team. Nice defense by Jakite that time, but both clubs have a tendency to move the ball around.
And the good feed that time sets up Shaw for his first basket. The lead is 2. Almost 5 minutes into this opening half from Fitzgerald Fieldhouse. I mentioned the Panthers' success in this building, 50th and final year. They are 407 and 174 here in this building. The new Peterson Event Center will open up next year. Here's Knight, 3-pointer, that's his second. He is 2 of 3 and shooting the threes, and the Panthers go up by 5.
Well, when you're shooting the ball well from the perimeter, it just, you know, it really gets you going. And Ben Holland's got to be happy with his club having made 3 threes already.
Anthony Glover outside. Hatton wants to reset. Jakite helps out. They get it over to Tristan Smith, who's on the court. Excuse me, Sharif Fordham. Glover tried to go baseline, puts up a jumper that's short. Jakite back with a follow. It won't go. Tipped out and picked up by Brown. Here come the Panthers. Brown looks for help, gets it from Knight.
One of the reasons why Pitt, one of your top defensive teams, they're also patient with the ball offensively. And Mike Jarvis said this very well could come down to a game that's execution in the half-court set. And you can see Pitt here not afraid to run their patterns and take some time off the clock.
The Panthers the best in the Big East in scoring defense and one of the best in the nation. That's short. Rebounded by Torrey Morris. powers his way inside and nails it. So Morris, a factor in a couple of early field goals, and the Panthers lead is 7.
Oh, what a nice job by Morris, John. He caught it, kept the ball high, and then made a great up fake. And the offensive putbacks could be a big factor. Nice job by Morris that time.
Well, the Panthers do have more size. Patton holds it, now backs
from
away.
The rebound when we do it.
And here comes Knight. All the way down, lays it off the glass and good. So Knight off to a flying start. He has 8. The Panthers lead is 9.
Well, we talked about taking care of the basketball, and then when you do create a turnover, which Pitt does, Knight very quick, cash in at the other end. The crowd involved, and right now St. John's needs one here to quiet the crowd.
Gets a good feed inside, but the air ball put up by Chiquite. The Panthers on a 7-0 run right now, and they have opened up a 9-point lead. Here's Knight. Matched up right now against Hatton. Velasquez 3, too strong. Chiquite has the rebound. Red Storm will come back. Hatton with it, the junior college transfer, one of the outstanding newcomers in the conference this year.
Well, he's the guy that they look to get big baskets like right now. Glover, the other guy, quiet so far. He's a senior. They need him involved.
Long 3 is off the mark by Shaw. Hatton comes back with it down the lane, fade away, bending, no good. Chiquite the rebound, the follow shot in.
Chiquite doing a great job, John, rebounding at both ends, and that time able to put the putback finish in the goal.
And it's a 32nd timeout this time, taken by the University of Pittsburgh. So a 15-8 score, 7-point lead for the Panthers. Off to a 12-1 start this year. But like everybody in the Big East, you look at the conference numbers, and they've been terrific. 126-37 against non-conference teams. Now, starting last night, actually, tonight, and then, of course, a big Saturday coming up. We're going to find out who can play and who can't.
Oh, that's right. But Pitt, you can see it early, John. Ben Howland's club playing with a lot of confidence. Brandon Knight, he has just been terrific so far for the Panthers this year. And he makes the steal. Great anticipation. You can't teach that. And he goes down under control with the finish. But Pitt, just like BC a year ago, Boston College snuck up on people, John. Not a lot was expected. And Brandon Knight trying to lead Pitt so far with his numbers in this game. Sneak up on people, build your confidence, and then see if you can carry it over into league play.
Well, the Panthers as a team have a terrific assist-to-turnover ratio. They are second in the conference in assists to Notre Dame. Here's Knight with a runner. No, there's a pass to Lett. Ontario Lett off the bench, another junior college transfer, and he has the answer, 17-8.
St. John's showed some pressure out of Mike Jarvis's timeout, three-quarter court, and just attack city by St. John's.
Pass feeds it off low, and the basket is nailed that time by Keita. That is his first basket, product of Winchendon Prep. Here come the Panthers. Johnson in the lineup for the first time. Chad Johnson, redshirt senior from Tallahassee. Page thought about the 3, then turns away from it as he's picked up by Alpha Bangura. We'll see a 10-player rotation for the Red Storm.
And here's an adjustment early by Mike Jarvis. Here's the zone we talked about. Try to force Pitt to shoot it from the perimeter. Forget about it.
That's his third, and Brandon Knight has 11. The Panthers lead grows. And Pittsburgh at the 11-minute mark is up by double digits.
Well, Pitt playing very well right now. Solid man-to-man defense, shooting the ball extremely well. They're on their toes to start this one.
Good up and under move, but it was partially blocked as Bangura tried to go up with it. There's the turnaround. That one is blocked. Lett had it, lost it. Inside, King draws the foul. That's the first of the night, and King gets the basket. He did not start tonight, but he gets his first field goal.
Boy, it's been a cleanly played first half so far, John. Finally get a trip to the foul, and because teams have been shooting the ball well from the perimeter, we haven't seen some of that rugged inside action, which I do think we'll see as this game takes hold here tonight.
And if it comes down to a foul shooting situation, you don't want to put your money on Pittsburgh because they are under 60%.
That's one area where they do need to pick it up in conference play. A lot of these games get tight, and you need to make your free throws. They can be the difference in these ball games.
King, a 63% free throw shooter out of Milford Academy. He's from the Bronx. He's on with Bangura, Keita, Hatton, and right now Donald Emanuel is out for the first time. And Kyle Cuff, by the way, got hit in the eye in practice the other day. He's not playing tonight and is questionable for the game coming up on Saturday. King completes the three-point play. The lead is 7 at 20 to 13. You're watching Big East basketball.
You forgot the pickles.
From Columbia Pictures.
The champ is here!
Be a part of the motion picture event of the holiday season.
Wholesale, everybody around the world wants me to snatch that thing off the top of your head.
Time magazine calls it one of the best films of the year.
I'm a bad man!
And now, nominated for 3 Golden Globes, including Best Actor Will Smith.
You lucky he holding me back, man.
Rated R, now playing in theaters everywhere.
Right now, it seems that everyone's having a sale. So why should you come to ours? Well, because right now, you can save 20 to 50% off our everyday low prices. Not just on some stuff, but from shoes to outerwear, corporate to casual. So chances are, you'll find something that not only fits you perfectly, but your wallet as well.
The Men's Warehouse year-end sale.
You're gonna like the way you look. I guarantee it.
Shooting very well and doing the job with his shot and with the pass, of course, is Brandon Knight. Watch this one.
Well, you want to get it to the middle against pressure. Page does a great job getting it to Knight. Knight knows what to do with it as he gets it to Led on the alley-oop. But you break the press down when you get it to the middle. And then Knight, just a beautiful lead past that time to Ontario Led, the junior forward, sending it down. And Let's been very effective coming off the bench, putting in under 9 points a game, doing a good job. And as well as Pitt has played so far, John, with 10 plus to go, St. John's hanging right around there down 7 because Pitt has really done a nice job so far in this first half.
How about playing 9.5 minutes with 1 foul?
That's incredible. It's been cleanly played, and both these teams play pretty tough D.
Here's Johnson in the lane. He traveled. He didn't come to a jump stop. That pivot foot kind of slipped. And we're going to go to a break with 10:20 to play first half. The Panthers leading by 7. Back after this.
Cooper Tire is proud to be the official tire of the Big East Conference. Cooper Tires, drive on.
Hi, I'm Phil Mickelson. Everybody can use a good tip. Thanks, Phil. And I give my best tips only in Golf Digest.
Golf Digest is the golf magazine. Information on equipment, the best places to play, easy to follow tips, and instruction from the best teachers and players in the game.
Call 800-543-6200 and get your first issue risk-free. That's 12 issues for only $19.77, including this handy pocket tips booklet. Call right now and get this instructional video free.
I'm telling you, it's the best tip you'll ever get.
Dunkin' Donuts value combos.
Did you see that? That guppy almost ran into that pirate guy.
A breakfast that's too good to put down.
Look at that algae. What do you think of algae?
Stop by Dunkin' Donuts today and try a delicious 2-donut and medium coffee value combo.
Biggest lead has been 10. We near the midway point of this first half, and they are up by 7 in the opening conference game for both teams. There are 4 other games we'll keep track of. Here's our game summary at this point. The Panthers shooting it very well, and they've got their lead running because they've been making a lot of threes.
They've been playing very well shooting it, and Brandon Knight leading the way once again, doing the job. Number 20 right there with 11, but St. John's just down by 7. Hatton, a guy that can get a hot hand. Mike Jarvis working different guys into the rotation, and they've got to get some more inside effectiveness to get caught up in this ball game. Pitt stays man-to-man.
Donald Emmanuel is out there right now. Hatton, of course, plays most of the time. Keita is there. And there's a nice feed inside. The second foul, and able to finish it off that time is Bangura. It's a
pretty nice job by St. John's that time. Tight man-to-man pressure. And the key to this is the entry pass that goes inside. King gets it, the freshman. I like this kid. He's got a nice presence. The dish pass, the give-and-go bounce pass to Bangura. I guess we got ourselves another foul, John, as we see Bangura go to the stripe.
Well, they've both been against Pittsburgh, and the last 6 points now have been scored by the Red Storm as they've cut it from a 10-point lead to 4. And some of the people who've been on their feet now a little impatient with their team. They've given up 6 straight unanswered.
I think it's a good matchup. Two athletic teams, some quickness. We've got some strength in the back courts.
You see McCarroll on the court. Knight, another 3, and he buries that. He's got 4 3-pointers, 43 on the year. He was the co-leader in 3-pointers made in the conference coming into tonight, and he has made 4 of 5.
But, John, these have not been wide open threes. He's defended on these things. He can feel it tonight. He wants the ball. Give it to me.
Traveling violation called on Abe Keita. He knew it. Mike Kitts made the call. We'll have another sub for the Red Storm. As checking back in is Anthony Glover. Keita goes to the bench. There's Anthony. It's a 7-point ball game. 9.5 to go in the first half tonight. And as I said, we'll keep track of all those other Big East games. There are 4 others. As the season started last night with BC picking up where they left off last year, beating Seton Hall in the opening game. The 2 teams that haven't played so far are West Virginia and Notre Dame. They'll be in action over the weekend.
Yeah, BC's playing very well so far. Troy Bell really shifting into gear. He had some knee surgery on Halloween, end of October. He's playing great basketball.
Good drive, but the shot is partially blocked. Let had a piece of it. Scramble along the baseline, and it belongs to Pittsburgh. Deron Brown got penetration but couldn't finish, and Julius Page checks back in, and Knight will go to the Pittsburgh bench for the first time.
It's like a game of volleyball down low, John. Tipping that thing around. No one wanted to grab it. Brandon Knight pleading his case, saying, I think that ball was tipped out. Off of St. John's. Well, they got the ball.
Yeah, I'm
not
not
what
sure.
He wanted.
It is Pittsburgh ball. We have our first foul inside on St. John's.
His first, team third.
That's on Alpha Bangura.
Excuse me, the foul was against St. John's, number 15, Alpha Bangura. His first, team first.
Straighten it out with the PA guy so that John knows what's going on. John Duff handles the public address system here. He announced a foul on a Pittsburgh player, and the fans knew it wasn't against the Pittsburgh player. Here's Johnson pulling up at the foul line. Tipped out of bounds, touched last by Emmanuel. He pleads his case, but he won't win that argument. 8:51 to play in the half. Zavaskas will check back in, along with Sharif Fordham, another junior college transfer. Fordham out of Gulf Coast Junior College. And here's Zavaskas from Lithuania, but went to high school in Akron, not too far away.
John, you're getting a workout here with the subs. Both teams going to their benches rather frequently here in this first half.
It's early in the season, too. They'll let it settle in. Tapped away by Fordham. Knocked it out of the hands of Brown. Panthers will control. 27 seconds on the shot clock.
St. John's is a deeper team, and I think Mike Jarvis is really going to go with 8, 9, really 10 players early till he sees some players step up who will get more minutes in his system. But Glover and certainly Marcus Hatton will play a lot of minutes here tonight for the Red Storm.
Brown works his way into the lane. A nice spinning move. Gets his second field goal. Has 5 points. Panthers by 9.
Well, Brown is a guard, but he can go inside. He's 6'4", weighs 230 pounds, and he is strong enough to go into the paint and shoot over other backcourt people.
Taken away from Emmanuel. Lett takes it all the way down, has it stripped away, lost it out of bounds, and it belongs to the Red Storm. Ontario had the right idea. He just lost control of the basketball. He had a big game against Penn State. That game was a rout for Pittsburgh. They won it by 30, and he came off the bench and scored a career-high 16 points.
He's impressive, John, off the bench, and you saw some real quickness from the big fellow that time going coast to coast.
Again, tries to get in there defensively. Really shot, a Hatton, they spin it around to Emmanuel. Here's Glover against Zavaskas. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Decides to put up a 3, and it's off the front of the iron, and over the back foul is called on the Red Storm. That'll go on Donald Emanuel. He will pick up his first, takes us to another timeout. 7:39 to play. We're in the first half. Panthers leading by 9.
At Advance Auto Parts, we believe in doing it yourself. So we made this commercial ourselves.
We had Florence here check out the prices of our competitors versus ours. Do you have the results? But first, Florence, would you ever lie to millions of Americans who really want to believe that someone on TV is capable of telling the truth?
Never.
Go.
Advance is still the queen of low prices.
Queen, Florence?
As long as I'm here.
Queen's fine.
No other weekly financial publication moves the markets like Barron's. It provides the knowledge, insight, and foresight that allow you to stay one step ahead. Subscribe now and you'll also receive the Guide to Building Wealth free. Along with Barron's, it helps you get the news before the market knows. Get 13 weeks of Barron's, the guide, and 4 weeks of Barron's online, all for only $39. Call now toll-free 800-334-6600. That's 800-334-6600.
With a wider stance and a more powerful engine, the Ford Explorer 4x4 can take you anywhere. And with available third-row seating, there's plenty of room for you and 6 of your best friends. For a limited time, get 0% financing on America's best-selling Ford Explorer.
Hey, don't make me come back there.
Brandon Knight has 14 points to help Pittsburgh to its lead. St. John's as a team has 16. You talked about keys, defense, and rebounding. Here it is in a nutshell.
Well, this is good man-to-man by Pitt. They force Glover, who's an inside player, out to three-point land. Zavaskis does a nice position job on him there. He's saying, hey, if you're going to take threes on me, that's okay. Good defense. And then control the glass. Nice rebound in there by Johnson. The foul by Emanuel. Control the glass, play the D. Pitt executing that time out of their defensive set.
Glover has made 3 of those three-pointers, however, this year, but he missed that opportunity. We mentioned the other games. Villanova at the half, a 1-point lead over PC. It is Connecticut leading Virginia Tech. Syracuse over Rutgers. That game is also at halftime. And there's Miami in the second half, squeezing out a lead over Georgetown. And the Hurricanes, as always, Ronnie, they're on a real tough January road trip.
Well, they are. They have to come north right now. They're 13-0, and they're playing a very tough Hoya team tonight.
Well, they will go on and play UConn. And Page trying to get timeout. Let's see if he did. Not before the turnover was called. Mike Kitts already had the travel. 6 turnovers now on Pittsburgh. He's trying to call time.
He doesn't have possession of the ball, though. That's a nice call. He's trying to get the ball controlled and call timeout. Never did till he was beyond the stripe. That's a good call on the backcourt.
Willie Shaw with it. Finds Fordham. Now Emanuel. They look inside. Here's Shaw up off the glass. Too strong. Weak side rebound to Brown. We're in Fitzgerald Fieldhouse for the start of the Big East regular season. Glad you could join us here. I'm John Sanders along with Ron Perry, and Pittsburgh Panthers have had the lead most of the night. Red Storm did have an early 2-point lead.
Well, it's great to get off to a good start. And the man with the ball, the big reason why Knight has had great shot selection. They've been going down from tonight. And he also just controls the pace a bit.
Well, they leave Zavaskis alone. He gets a wide open look, scramble for the rebound, and Morris has it. Well, the Panthers get it back. Page had it, lost it. Now he drives. That's what he likes to do best. He leans in and picks up the offensive foul. That's the first on Page, who was bothered by an ankle injury. Came out of the Panthers last game, but went strong in practice yesterday.
He's a very athletic kid. He would have been better off that time to pull up. You don't see it that often, John. Guys want to take it all the way to the rack. Pull up from 8 to 10 and take that short mid-range jump shot and knock it down.
25-16 Pittsburgh. We've played almost 14 minutes of the opening half. A little weave now by the Johnnies. Fordham takes it all the way to the baseline, goes up and scores. Just kept going. They didn't stop it. First basket for Sharif Fordham.
Pitt, for the most part, does not allow any kind of penetration to the goal. So that was just good athleticism by Fordham on that one.
Brown had it, and was he fouled? Yes. Brown was starting to move to the basket. and was fouled by Sharif Fordham. That is his first. Well, you talked about the fact that Jarvis is playing a lot of players. As a matter of fact, Ronnie, 9 different players have started at one time or another.
Well, that also shows you the difference between St. John's and Pitt, where Ben Howland's really settled on a rotation, and Mike Jarvis is searching for that right combination to get it going.
And the bump. Another foul on Fordham, so he picks up 2 quick fouls. We're not shooting yet. It is the 4th team foul on the Johnnies, so the Panthers will have it. There's Mike Jarvis. Great job coming out of Boston University, then at George Washington. A lot of success there in his 8 seasons before going to St. John's.
He's basically just won wherever he's been. Nice jump hook by Morris.
Torrey gets the roll, gets his 6th point. Hatton quickly back the other way. Knight with a steal. Panthers do not have the numbers. It was 2 on 3. So Knight pulls it up, now looks to Brown along the baseline. Moves into the lane, spins, it's blocked. Emmanuel then tips it toward the corner and out of bounds. Should be Pittsburgh ball, I would think. Yes.
And Fordham lost his shoe. He's either scoring, he's committing fouls, or right now, moving so quickly, he jumped right out of his left shoe. That's the way he used to be out there, John.
Absolutely.
Quick moves, and the shoes came right off.
Yes, that's true. Willie Shaw is going to check back in for the Red Storm. They scored their first basket of the game, but it was the only lead they had. Since then, it's been all Pittsburgh. Panthers built at one point a 10-point lead. Shaw is back in. I mentioned Shaw's numbers down. He averaged almost 14 a game last year, 8 a game this year, but there's a reason for that, Ronnie.
Well, I think with Hatton playing both point and scoring guard, he's really a combination guard. He's getting more looks and Shaw less minutes. And I think Shaw, you know, he's trying to put that shot up there, pressing a little bit, let the game come to him. He's a kid that can really put some points up, John.
See Fordham jumping out on Knight there, squeezing outside every chance they get. Johnson turns it over.
That was a nice trap that time by St. John's. They are very quick. They're hanging right around in this game, only down 9. So they're hovering in this one as well as Pitt has played in his first half.
8 turnovers already for the Panthers. They have one of the better assist-turnover ratios in the conference.
But Glover's really been shut down. He's got the taller Morris on him right now. They need to get him involved in this offense.
Shot clock inside 10. Shaw for 3. Comes up short. Knight the rebound in front of Glover.
Shaw looked off balance on that shot. He looked like his feet were almost causing him to fall backwards as he let it go. Here's the 2-3 zone by the Red Storm. Actually 1-3-1, and they'll look to trap out of this.
Patton at the point. This is Page. Now Knight, that quick 3-pointer, good. Knight buries another one. He has 5 3-pointers in the first half, 17 to lead all scorers. Panthers' biggest lead now, a dozen.
Again, it's been Brandon Knight taking over in this first half. He did not have a lot of daylight that time.
Glover comes up short, and then I think Glover commits the foul. Now, trying to get it back, Anthony Glover picks up the personal foul as he was battling Morris. Well, the confidence level of Knight just continues to grow. His high this year is 26, already 17.
When you have money problems, just going to the mailbox can be frightening. It's the same when the phone rings. You know it's another creditor. I thought bankruptcy was the only way out. And then I called Ameridebt.
Every day, Ameridebt helps more people with money problems. We're a nonprofit organization offering free consultations to consumers seeking to eliminate their debt.
Now my balances are dropping, and I only have one small monthly payment.
Call this number regardless of your situation. Ameridebt, helping America get out of debt.
This is an unstoppable city.
This city just does not quit.
This is a city of endless courage, drive, and determination.
This city has made our business what it is.
It helped build us.
It helped build us. It helped build us.
Now it needs us.
It needs us to help rebuild it.
So we make this pledge. We will be here.
We will be here.
Right here.
End of story. Not just because we owe it, but because we love it.
We love it.
I love this city.
I love New York. I love New York.
I love New York.
We love New York.
We have a bond with this city.
We love it.
why would we ever leave it?
So join us. Join us.
As we help remake the city.
But help make us.
And we make this pledge. We will be your partner in building your business right here in New York. Call us and find out how.
We will be here. Right here.
And that's a promise.
30-18, the Pittsburgh Panthers lead it. A great shooting half for Brandon Knight. He has already made 5 3-pointers.
He's been incredible. Nice job over there getting him the basketball, but a quick release. He just feels it tonight. He's knocking those things down. That went right through the center, all net. You can see some pressure by St. John's, but forget about it. He's got the touch. He can feel it, and that just makes his passing that much more effective. You can see that he made 6 this year against Robert Morris, and he's on pace to go ahead of that number here tonight.
Well, he leads the league in 3-pointers. This game produced and distributed by ESPN Regional Television Incorporated. We thank you for joining us. We wish you a happy new year from Fitzgerald Fieldhouse. And Ronnie, when you come here next season, you'll have to go across the street.
Gonna miss friendly Fitzgerald, John. It's been a lot of fun coming to games here over the years. And for Pitt, they're gonna have to set up another home court advantage because they've been tough to beat here.
It's going to be different. One of the problems that they've had is obviously not drawing as many people as they have in the past. There's a foul inside as Lett showed some power. The foul is called on Chiquite. That'll be his first.
Well, what's important here for Pitt, you've got to establish some inside play. Great fake. He really got Chiquite to go for it with that nice pivot drop step. And you've got to like the way Lett has that presence out there, John. He comes right in the game, gets involved down low. And it's like establishing line play in football. Get the ball down in the blocks, as you see Lett's numbers this year.
Well, that's something he doesn't do very well, so that's how it's going for Pittsburgh tonight. Lett, a 45% free throw shooter. It's his first opportunity. That means he should miss this one, right?
Going to help him make it with that kind of talk.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do here.
Usually we talk about a guy on a roll and then he rims one out.
Well, the Panthers have really struggled at the foul line, but right now leading by 14. That's their biggest margin, 32-18.
Boy, the 2 top scorers for St. John's, Hatton and Glover, just 4 points between them. They've got to get more active offensively. A lot of standing right now by the Red Storm.
Van Gura with a drive down the lane, and that's rejected by Lett. Ben Howland wanted an offensive foul. Mike Kitts would like him to sit down.
Nice penetration.
Yeah, he might have had a beef there.
Yeah, you know what, though? In Big East play, a lot of times they let that kind of incidental contact go, but Lett with a message rejection, even though it went out of bounds. Pitt with 4 block shots, leading in that category as well.
Patton with it. He's got Lett. Shot clock is going to run out. Second time that's happened in the first half. Just a lack of concentration by the Johnnies.
Exactly. You've got to be aware. Although Mike Kitts, he's got a reach-in foul just before that buzzer went off. This is a veteran officiating crew, not afraid to make the call as they see it. And that was not a popular one here at Fitzgerald.
It's the second foul on Lett, 4th team foul. The Johnnies have committed 6, and Morris hustles back into the lineup as inside the shot is missed. Scramble for the rebound. Here comes Brown. King had the shot. Panthers have the rebound. One of the things, if you're Pittsburgh, that you can't afford is for those big guys, Morris and Lett, to get in foul trouble. Morris has not committed a foul. The 35-second clock is not running right now. Knight, it doesn't matter to him. Followed by Morris. Corey Morris, high of them. The basket has 8 points.
Now there's that inside-out combination. Right now, Pitt is just beating St. John's at all phases. In the offensive glass is just sheer hustle as they make that play.
35-second clock is still not going. It didn't run at all during Pitt's last possession, which was not a problem. It has not started again at either end. So we're going to have to get that straightened out. I'm going to wind it down just a little bit. A reminder to stay with us at halftime. We'll take a look at our Big East Wire, setting up what should be a huge Saturday of Big East Conference regular season basketball. We'll have all the highlights and stats, and we'll be updating those Big East scores from around the conference on the second night of the regular season. Hatton with it. Shot clocks are now working again.
John, one of the real big consistent factors for Pitt so far this year has been their defense. And with 2 to go, St. John's with just 18 points. So again, you've got to give credit in this first half to Pitt's defense and their ability to make shots at the other end.
Well, 5 times this season, including 3 times in December, they held an opponent to 20 points or less in the first half, and they're not far away from that now. Red Storm has 18. Brandon Knight has 17 by himself. And McCarroll will go to the line. He's only 5 for 17 at the free throw line.
If he puts these down, John, you know everything's going pretty well.
Look at that roll, shooter's roll, right? Well, the Panthers are 3 for 3 at the foul line. The Johnnies are 2 for 2, so the foul shooting has not been a factor. Of course, it's been all Pittsburgh here in the first half. They have doubled it up on the Red Storm as McCarroll makes his 6th and 7th free throws of the season out of 19 attempts, and it is 36 to 18. How about that?
Well, Pitt has forced St. John's to work out of the half-court set, and St. John's has really struggled to find good shots against stingy man-to-man defense with great help out.
Shaw with a 3, air ball. Off the head of Emmanuel and out of bounds, belongs to Pittsburgh. Panthers get it back with 1:48 to play, first half.
Well, great execution of the game plan by Pitt. Play tough man-to-man defense, be patient and work the ball offensively, and Mike Jarvis will go in at halftime. He'll make some adjustments to try to pick the pace of this game up, and St. John's has got to get the ball down low and take it to the basket more in the second half.
Well, remarkably, Julius Page, who you figured would be one of their big offensive threats, has not scored a point in this game. But the way Knight's playing, he doesn't have to.
That's right, and Morris has been effective inside, been good balance. But Page has played good defense, though, and Hatton at the other end.
Knight has it. I would have thought about that quick 3 if he could have gotten control. Shot clock at 5. Zavaskas, no place to go, and Emmanuel taps it out of bounds with 1 second on the shot clock.
Now Zavaskas gets the feed from Knight on that with 5 to go. He's got to release that right away. I think he lost track of the shot clock. Knight did, but that's what caused the clock to get down to 1.
Catch and shoot. Brown does, and it's good. 7 points for Jerron Brown. A 20-point Pittsburgh lead. They're on their feet in Fitzgerald.
That's just a mental mistake, John, by St. John's defensively. You can't give a layup up on the inbounds play.
Final minute, first half. Van Guro with it. Throws it away. Zavaskas has it. And the Panthers about to hold another opponent to 20 or less in the first half as Knight keeps his dribble. Zavaskas.
Knight's doing a great job, John, of controlling this game for Pittsburgh. The breaks there, he takes it. If not, he backs it up, he quarterbacks the team, and he's working the clock right now. He's been the difference in this game.
10 seconds on the shot clock. 20 seconds in the first half. Page for 3. Yes, that's the way it's going for the Panthers. His 15th three-pointer. Pittsburgh gets another and goes up 41 to 18.
Wow. Wow, just dominating the latter stages of this half.
Hatton for the feed, deflected out of bounds. It's Red Storm ball with 3 seconds to play in the half. 41 to 18.
So Mike Jarvis in a crouch position at the corner of the court at the end of the bench. He wants to go in a big way and talk to his team at halftime. Ben Howland, on the other hand, saying, this is the way we've been playing basketball so far this year, and he's very pleased with what he's seen against a big East opponent here tonight.
Well, the Panthers have scored the last 16 points in this half. Glover tries to end that, can't do it. Put up again, no. The Panthers score 16 straight to finish the first half. 41 to 18, a 23-point lead. Knight leading the way. We'll have a look at the Big East wire. It's halftime in Pittsburgh, and it's all Panthers so far. The house as the Panthers lead at 41 to 18. We welcome all of you back to our first regular season Big East game, a matchup between the Red Storm and the Panthers. Along with Ron Perry, I'm John Sanders, and as you might expect, with one team up by 23, the Panthers have pretty much done everything they wanted to, and the stats will bear that out.
They really have. They get off to a good start. St. John's hung around for a while, but then forget about it. At the end of the half, it was all Pitt. They shot it, they rebounded, and really took charge of this game. They've controlled the boards, and they really shot the ball well, as you see the 15 for 27. And John, how about that? 7-0 from three-point land as Pitt just dominated with Brandon Knight at the controls.
Well, let's look at some of the highlights, and all those highlights will focus on number 20 in the white jersey.
Yeah, you can see there the 17 first half points. He was dominant. He made 5 threes. Let's check them out. A lot of different variety. The standstill variety up top. I was impressed the way he moved without the ball, John, and stopped on a dime to shoot it as well. Little ball fake against the zone.
That'll deflate you, won't it?
Oh, it really will, and it pulls the defense further out as he continues to shoot it, and that opened up some nice lanes inside for people like Torrey Morris. Nice penetration right there as Knight hits number 5, and he was all net on those shots. Look for Mike Jarvis to adjust in the second half to get out on Knight. That should open up some things inside. You will see a more aggressive St. John's team to start the second half.
Well, of course, one of the things that happened to St. John, they tried to play aggressively, tried to overplay a little bit on defense, and it cost them. So let's see if they can pick it up in the second half. We have another 20 minutes of basketball to go. From Fitzgerald Fieldhouse, the Panthers have a comfortable lead. The Johnnies have a lot of work to do.
Hi, I'm Phil Mickelson. Everybody can use a good tip. Thanks, Phil. And I give my best tips only in Golf Digest.
Golf Digest is the golf magazine. Information on equipment, the best places to play, easy to follow tips, and instruction from the best teachers and players in the game.
Call 800-543-6200 and get your first issue risk-free. That's 12 issues for only $19.77, including this handy pocket tips booklet. Call right now and get this instructional video free.
I'm telling you, it's the best tip you'll ever get.
Play the game and try to win, not to cheat, and to play by the rules, because it's not good to cheat, to be nice and laugh at other people, to play fair and to not try and hurt people. Don't kick the umpire and push him, and you're supposed to be a good sport. Say good game when you put your hands out.
Broken. Who has room in their life for a broken heating system? Protect against unexpected repairs for less than 50 cents a day with a comprehensive heating service plan from Keyspan Home Energy Services. For reliable service from a company you can trust, call 1-800-KEYSPAN.
Rockaway Bedding wants to know, what's your bed like?
Toss and turn, not too comfortable. It can get a little cranky by the end of the day.
Tell me about your bed.
It really doesn't support my back well anymore.
I thought it was a great bed when we bought it, but it isn't.
Excuse me, ma'am. What's your bed like?
I don't think that's any of your business.
Okay. Isn't it time you went to Rockaway Bedding, where you get low prices, a free steel bed frame, free delivery of your new mattress, and free removal of your old mattress?
Rock, 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 Rockaway Bedding, Rockaway Bedding, yeah!
2 tires, identical. Same brand name, same size, same color. So why does this one cost so much less than this one? Because this one comes from Mavis Discount Tire, where you get low prices on every tire, every day, guaranteed. At Mavis, it's our job to have the brands you want at the absolute low prices, period. So call 1-800-4-TRACTION and stop paying too much for your tires.
Right now, it seems that everyone's having a sale. So why should you come to ours? Well, because right now, you can save 20 to 50% off our everyday low prices. Not just on some stuff, but from shoes to outerwear, corporate to casual. So chances are, you'll find something that not only fits you perfectly, but your wallet as well.
The Men's Warehouse here in sale.
You're gonna like the way you look. I guarantee it.
Leading scores. We've talked about the leading scorer for both teams tonight and showed you all 5 of his 3-pointers in the first half. Brandon Knight with 17, and you can see the scoring simply, Ronnie, not there for the Red Storm. They only had 18 points in the first half.
No, they just did not get it done offensively. Hey, in a word, they need to come out in the second half, and they've got to play with intensity at both ends. I'm sure Mike Jarvis said that. Get after it out there. Go inside with the ball, and they're going to have to defend Knight much better. Marcus Hatton's got to step it up. He's their guy that can put 20 points on the board. He's the guy that can lead the way. And they've also got to get Anthony Glover involved. And Knight, he's going to be defended much tougher in this second half, and we'll see if that opens up his passing game.
Well, you mentioned Glover, who is the second leading scorer for this Red Storm team, and he has not scored a point in the first half tonight. So Knight has it, gets pressure immediately from Marcus Hatton. Panthers will work it up. And we begin the second half from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Happy New Year, everyone. Been waiting for the start of the regular season. In case you missed it, Miami has defeated the Hoyas at Georgetown. Knight gives it up to Brown. Baseline, Morris up and draws the foul. Count the basket. Double figures for Torrey Morris.
I thought Morris shuffled his feet when he got that ball. He may have gotten away with a walk. Let's check it out. Here's the bounce pass right there. Oh, he walks with that ball, John. He's moving his feet, but nice presence once he does get it inside to pump it and get it to go.
The foul was called on Eric King. It is his first, the first foul of the second half, and the Panthers have scored 18 unanswered, looking for more. In addition to that, that's their first miss at the line, and what happens? Zavaskas gets the rebound and is tied up.
Now Bangor is coming out, and I should say Sharif Fordham and playing aggressively. Number 3 for St. John's. And that's what St. John's needs. If you're going to get back in a game, you don't shoot your way in necessarily. You've got to do it defensively. You've got to bear down, get some stops, and then start to convert at the offensive end.
Well, you know, the NCAA did experiment with the jump ball in some games earlier this year. And I think, Ronnie, in another year or so, we'll be back to that jump ball.
I think we got away from it. It just got so tough to throw the ball up against some of these guys that can leap so high. But I thought the game was more fun with it. Hatton with that quick hoop. He's the guy that could help shoot St. John's back in.
It was a terrific effort by Marcus Hatton, his first field goal in the second half. The Panthers lead is 23, exactly what it was at half. Zavaskas has not scored tonight, and here's another one averaging in double figures with 12. The first basket for the Red Storm since the 6:02 mark in the first half. Bodies everywhere, no foul called.
Pitt not an easy team to come back on either, John. They're patient with the ball. Easy to come back against a team that really pushes it up and down. Good D again by the Red Storm.
Well, that shot clock was winding down to 4, and Brown felt he had to get a shot off. So the Red Storm gets possession of the basketball. Anthony Glover into the lane and throws it away. He's going to get it back. And now stripped by Knight. Loose ball picked up by Fordham. Sharif to Hatton. They're swinging around the perimeter. This is Eric King against Zavaskas. Glover dances down the lane and a blocking foul. So Glover will get the basket. And it looked like he might have traveled as he started down the lane. The foul goes on Jerron Brown.
Thought he shuffled his feet as well, but Glover will take it. He wanted one. St. John's, we said they got to shoot the rock and they've got to turn over Pitt. Well, they didn't do either of those things in the first half. Shooting the basketball, and Pitt taking pretty good care of it. They've got to pick up the defense and obviously shoot it better to get back in this game.
Glover getting on the board early in the second half. Trying to cut the Panther lead to 20. And it rattles out. Been that kind of night for the Red Storm. Knight will walk it up. The Panthers really, Ronnie, can't change anything. They've got to stay aggressive and stay with their game plan that worked so well in the first half. Knight gets inside, puts up the shot. Yeah, he hits it. He has just had everything going tonight. That's just his second two-point basket. He has made 7 out of 8.
Hatton needs some help on that when he's out playing him tough up top. You've got to get some help out. Make Knight give it up and make somebody else for Pitt step up and get it done. You know Knight can shoot it. He's doing it all night.
Well, despite this matchup, neither Knight nor Hatton has made a foul.
That's surprising because they're playing each other pretty tough.
Zavaskas bounces it off the leg out of bounds. He touched it last. And it'll be St. John's ball with Mike Jarvis.
Definitely looking to go inside more. So one of the adjustments, he's got King and Cater out there with Glover. A little bigger inside, trying to get the ball to the glass if they can.
King a miss. Touch last by Cater. Panthers will have it. Still leading by 23. Almost 3 minutes into the second half, and here comes full court pressure. We'll see if that helps the Johnnies. Morris helps out. They get it to Knight, and that should take care of the press, huh?
Yeah, right. Get Knight the ball. But St. John's trying some different looks. They want to see if they can pick the pace up. But again, Pitt pretty patient with it, so you're going to have to be patient with your defense as well.
Zavaskas gets inside, draws the crowd, and a foul.
I always found it frustrating, John, as a player, to play against a team that was not afraid to move the ball around, take time off the clock. And when you're down by a lot, you get anxious, see all the St. John's players trying to block the shot, and that's a result of being down and also wanting to get the ball back offensively.
Zavascus is a good foul shooter, probably the best on this Pittsburgh team. He and Julius Page. Zavascus 80%. He has made 40 of 50 on the season and will get a chance to get his name in the scorebook.
Now, Zavascus is a very steady player. He plays good, solid defense, doesn't make a lot of mistakes on the floor. He can hit open shots, so he's just one of those solid guys that does a good job in the context of what Ben Howland's trying to do out there.
And a lot of times, he's the guy that has to take on one of the other team's better offensive players. It's part of his challenge. He hits 2 at the line. Those are his first 2 points. And the Pittsburgh Panthers go up by 25. That's their biggest lead tonight.
One of the things you got to do if you're St. John's, like Hatton right there, you got to push the ball up the floor more quickly.
Hangs and hits.
Oh, nice finish,
That was a tough shot. He got it to go. Now they trap Knight, gets it to Brown, looks for help, and there's Morris.
Now the pressure's a good idea by St. John's, just to try to pick the pace up.
Out to Page. The Panthers want to go back to that half-court offense.
Well, that's where they frustrate you if you're St. John's, because the shot not there. Good poise to run your offense.
And once again, it was Knight who keyed that. He made the decision to bring it back out. Page to the baseline, finds Knight. Shot clock is inside 10. Zavascus has it bounce off his leg, but it was bounced off the leg of Donald Emanuel.
Mike Jarvis thinking that one off Zavascus' leg, and it did appear on the reach that the ball did deflect off his leg.
I thought it did. We don't have the best angle sometimes from here. Quick 3 as the shot clock winds down. Eric King had the rebound of the air ball. Here's Shaw, leans in off the glass and good. Very athletic. Just the second field goal tonight for Willie Shaw. 21-point difference right now. Panthers, after St. John's made the first basket of the game, Pittsburgh made a 3, and they have not looked back.
That was a rare fast break basket in this game for St. John's. One thing Pitt doesn't want to do, though, John, they play with great intensity in the first half, got good shots. They don't want to slow this thing down too much too early and lose some of the aggressiveness that they had in the first half.
Well, you wind up using up all the shot clock, but you don't get a good shot. Zavascus reverses, can't score. Page, then Brown off the glass and good. Good rebounding by Pittsburgh. Brown has 9.
That's where you got to love Brown. He's a big guard. He can go inside and get it done. Pitt stays with the man-to-man, and so has St. John's. Both teams going right at each other.
Travel on King. Pittsburgh will get it back. We have a timeout, our first of the second half. 15-16 to play. The Panthers still in control.
Every car has its moment. This one has thousands per second. The new BMW 3 Series.
Test drive the ultimate driving machine at your local BMW center.
At Advance, we believe in doing it yourself. So we made this commercial ourselves.
Hey, Charles, what are you doing?
Just getting ready to install a new battery out there for a customer.
I see. Pretty cool outfit. Wow, well, where'd you get those awesome goggles, battery guy?
Funny.
Battery guy walks the earth, searching for battery.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you, Battery Guy. Bow before him.
Dunkin' Donuts value combos.
Whoa! Did you see that? That guppy almost ran into that pirate guy.
A breakfast that's too good to put down.
Look at that algae. What do you think of algae?
Stop by Dunkin' Donuts today and try a freshly baked bagel with cream cheese and medium coffee value combo.
Halftime was 23. It's still 23 as we played almost 5 minutes of the second half. Great to have you with us, and Happy New Year from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This game is produced and distributed by ESPN Regional Television Incorporated. Along with Ron Perry and our entire crew here in Pittsburgh, I'm John Sanders. Some happy fans, Ron. The place is not sold out, but I tell you, this season builds, it'll be tough to find a seat here, I would think, later on.
Now, that's right. Pitt playing very well. You can see they're shooting outstanding in the first half. It's dipped a little bit in the second, and St. John's has picked up a bit, but still, Pitt by 23. They're patient. They're confident right now, and St. John's is going to have to scramble back into this one.
There's a trap and a bump, and that foul will go against Donald Emanuel. Picks up his second.
Mike Jarvis trying different defensive looks, different lineups, trying to find an answer here to see if he can spark his club and get on a run in this game. Three-quarter court pressure, now tight man-to-man, and Willie Shaw is all over Brandon Knight.
And they called a held ball as Emanuel tied up left. And the possession arrow favors the Panthers. And, of course, the real problem for St. John's has been the guy with the ball, Knight.
Well, Shaw trying to do the right thing. Once he gives it up, you got to deny him. Just don't even think about helping out. Don't let him get the ball back.
Zavaskas puts a three in the air. A little strong. There's Lett with a rebound, tied up by Shaw. And this time the possession arrow will give it to the Johnnies.
That's a break for St. John's. It looked like Shaw gets a hand in there, but Lett really had control of it. Check out the weak side. Lett will come across and grab it. And it looks like Shaw just has a hand tangled up in there. That's a break right there. If anything, that would be a foul on Shaw with his arm all engulfed in there with Lett.
Patton being hounded right now by Page. Knight matched up against Shaw. Of course, Shaw has the size advantage, but it doesn't seem to matter tonight. They tried to go inside, kicked away. Apparently off the leg, not the foot. King along the baseline, lost it, turns, shoots, off the glass and good. King with 5 points. It was a very athletic shot, but you see, Ronnie, how tough the shots are for the Red Storm.
I was going to say, John, nothing coming easily offensively for St. John's tonight.
Well,
it's half-court stuff, and it's not easy at all.
Two of the baskets by Hatton have been very athletic in the second half, and that was an athletic attempt. Fourth team foul, the first tonight on Marcus Hatton.
Well, Pitt's been holding opponents, John, to 36% shooting and 54 points a game, 55 a game. So they've been playing good D. You wondered if they could keep that up against the Big East opponent, but they played tough D here tonight.
Well, I think a lot of people, the skeptics, were wondering, was that good defense or bad opponents? Glover taps it out of bounds, and I think tonight the Panthers are answering that.
The consistency is there. And you know something, John? When you open up the season and you win games, it gets you feeling good about what you're doing. You believe in the system. And that's the way Pitt's playing tonight. They're playing free and easy with confidence.
Like that. Julius Page, just his second field goal, 51-28. He has 5 points so far tonight. Mike Jarvis just kind of shrugging his shoulders in front of his bench, trying to give simply, he doesn't have any answers.
Well, right now you're getting some more balance from Pitt. Glover's been defended very well by Zavaskas in this game.
And that time, Donatus will pick up his second foul. Just the second team foul. 51-28. Pittsburgh is on top.
What Zavaskas has done with Glover is he's pushed him away from the basket, John. He's not getting any easy looks in the paint area.
Here comes Shaw into the lane. Tried to pass it inside, and the foul was called. Foul will go against Pittsburgh, and I believe it's going to go against Chad Johnson. That'll be his first.
Chad Johnson, of course, the son of Clement Johnson, who had an outstanding 10-year NBA career. He's from good basketball stock, coming in to try to give the team a lift off the bench.
Mike Kitts, a word with Donald Emanuel and Ontario Lett.
Good officiating. You see play get too aggressive, you pull the players together and you do some preventive officiating. That's veteran work right there. It's a good job. I like that, John, when you bring the players together and just cool things down.
Handed to Hatton. Gets it over to Anthony Glover. On the wing now, it's Eric King. Looks inside. Nothing there. Now Emanuel steps out from the three-point line. He buries it, but it's a two-point basket.
So you gotta take that one. Take what the defense gives you a lot of times offensively, and Emanuel left wide open.
Lett draws the trap and the foul. When
you're playing trapping, scrambling defense as St. John's is right now, you can gamble too much, and that's what Shaw does here. When you get a great trap right over midcourt, that's an ideal spot for it. Don't reach in. Check it out.
on Shaw.
Perfect place to trap. Now check Shaw out. Instead of using a windmill type fashion, they're all overlet. No question, they catch him on the arm.
The Panthers, though, have to be a little more careful of getting trapped right beyond the midcourt line, because that really shortens the court. Inside, Lett forces it up. Panthers tried to keep it alive. It's tapped out of bounds and belongs to the Red Storm. The lead is 21 with 12:40 to play, and play a little more physical, a little more sloppy here in the second half.
Well, no question, St. John's got the intensity message from Mike Jarvis at halftime. It's one of those halftimes you say, forget about the score. I'm looking for some people that really want to play out there and lay it on the line. And St. John's playing with much more intensity in this second half.
The two teams already combined for 8 fouls. King has it. Brown got a piece of it, then got a piece of the arm. Big East scores. It is Villanova with a lead over Providence. That game being played at Villanova's in the second half. 64-55. UConn continues to lead Virginia Tech. Syracuse now rolling it up by 19 over Rutgers. And, of course, we gave you the final earlier that Miami beat the Hoyas at Georgetown.
Quality win on the road.
Yeah, they're going to have to do it again on Saturday because they play at UConn in stores at Campbell Pavilion.
Tough northern swing, but it's a good way to start for the Canes.
Well, then they go to Jamaica. They play the Red Storm, and that's a three-pointer. The 6th three-pointer this year for Donald Emanuel, and it cuts the lead to 18.
This is where Pitt needs to remain aggressive. This pressure bothering them right now. Another turnover right there. See if St. John's can cash.
He tried to step through the strip, and Hatton now in double figures with 10, and a quick timeout taken by the Red Storm of St. John's, trying to battle back, but trailing 51-35.
As we're making our way up the hill, I can hear gunshots echoing in the distance.
Let's go, soldiers. You will not have a whole lot of time.
Fires, once you have that magazine.
Rocket. Contender report is at 3.
I'm a little bit nervous because I've never done this before.
Left side is ready. Right side is ready. The middle is ready.
It's all about precision and confidence.
Log on. Watch Michelle hit the mark. Only at GoArmy.com.
Ram is Long Island's #1 Chevy dealer and GM certified pre-owned supercenter. Feel confident buying pre-owned with Ram's 110-point GM certification program. Right now, save thousands with Ram's GM certified Chevy Malibus for only $89.95. Get your $89.95 GM certified Chevy Malibu today at Ramp on Route 112 in Port Jeff Station or rampchevy.com. Ramp, solid, professional, smart.
Daddy, why does the snowflake?
Because snowflakes.
What is mustard made of?
Yellow ketchup.
Fireman Bob.
Because our head is shiny.
Why is the sun orange? Did God mean for you to be like this? Or was it an accident?
What makes you think you can raise a 7-year-old?
You deserve a fair trial.
You're my lawyer! Lucy belongs with me.
I Am Sam, rated PG-13.
Daddy? I'm here!
Starts Friday, January 11th.
7-0 run has the Red Storm as close as they've been in a while, certainly here in the second half with 11:57 to go.
Well, they're doing it with some full court trapping pressure. Zavaskis here in Emanuel. You can see St. John's with the trap, and then Brandon Knight trying to dribble through it. Let's roll through it, and that's where you can now get back in the game. Press, score, put it on again as Hatton gets it done. He's up with double figures now, and you know, this is why Mike Jarvis, very good coach. He's got an adjustment now with the pressure. And Ben Holland's going to say to his guys, let's attack. That time, a little careless with the ball, though.
Brown tried to get the ball over to Torrey Morris and threw it away. Pittsburgh still on top by 16.
Cooper Tire is proud to be the official tire of the Big East Conference. Cooper Tires, drive on.
You need a car to get the most out of life, but banks won't finance you if you have bad credit or no credit at all. Hi, I'm Fran Tarkington. You can get your car financing quickly and easily by calling 1-800-BAR-NONE. Our operators are here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. In minutes, they'll complete your application, and you can have your approval package the very next day. Just one call from the privacy of your home, and your check could be on its way. Even if you've been turned down before, get the car you need and deserve. Call 1-800-BAR-NONE right now.
Right now, Verizon Wireless is giving you time for you and your family, wherever you are.
It's time for the Family Share plan, only from Verizon Wireless. With Family Share, get up to 4 lines on one plan. And now get 3,500 total monthly minutes to share for life on select digital plans with nationwide long distance included. So you can call anyone, anywhere in the U.S. Plus, get each family member a Motorola phone for $19.99 each with activation.
So you have time for all the things that matter most. Only from Verizon Wireless. Join in.
But the Panthers still have the lead as we come back to Fitzgerald. Let's take a look at our BMW Ultimate drive of the game, and it helped the Johnnies in this 7-0 run.
Well, they need more of these. They have not had a lot of open, easy baskets in this one, that's for sure. But now they're increasing the pressure. Marcus Hatton with the good finish, and they did it with their defense, and that's how you get back in games. And for Pitt, I'm sure Ben Howland said, hey, guys, back to what we did in the first half. Tough D. Good shot selection, but let's be more aggressive with the basketball offensively. We cannot become passive on the court against St. John's.
Here's Hatton. Leads in off the lane, does not get the rolls. Zavaskas has the rebound and is swamped immediately by the Red Storm. But he keeps his head, gets the dribble, hands to Brown. Here comes Jaron Brown. And Johnny's trapping at every opportunity here, Ronnie. Scrambling to get back in this game.
Well, right now, it's got Pitt out of sync until this man gets the ball. Brandon Knight, and you can see it. He gets it. He's the quarterback, and then he sets it up. Spreads out the floor for Pitt.
Inside 10 on the shot clock, and another foul called against the Johnnies. This time it goes on Emmanuel. He picks up his third, and he is the first player on either team with 3 fouls. Set to come back is Sharif Fordham. Emmanuel goes to the Red Storm bench. 10:58 remaining. We played just over 9 minutes of the second half.
Thought Emmanuel did a nice job out there, John, shooting the ball, but more importantly, his defensive intensity giving St. John's a lift.
Here's Zavaskas. You see, extending that man-to-man pressure a bit, and it pays off. A steal. Here is Hatton, all alone again. Jams it. That's a dozen for Marcus Hatton. And the Johnnies are within 14, as close as they have been.
Like he might have gotten away with a walk again as he got the ball. That's what the crowd wanted, but the pressure, very effective by St. John's. 10 seconds, John. It's going to go back to the Johnnies.
All you have to do is look at the shot clock, which is at 22. And once it climbed inside 25, that was a 10-second violation. So the Johnnies continue to apply the pressure. And this all-out trapping defense has paid off, at least in the last 3 minutes or so.
Pitt's got to attack it more. They've got to get the ball to the middle aggressively, look for Knight, and burn that press a couple of times, because right now, St. John's feels very confident with it.
Here's Hatton again, matched up right now against Brown. Long three-pointer, rattles out. Knight skies for the rebound. And immediately is bumped, but keeps his dribble, weaves his way through 3, sets up Brown along the baseline, and it's Pittsburgh ball. Well, that was all Knight that time.
It really was. But it forced Pitt to go at the basket more quickly. By the way, I think that's a good strategy. They've got to make St. John's pay the price once in a while for putting that pressure on them.
Page with it, working against Fordham. Finds Knight at the foul line, bending in. He stays red hot, 21 points for Knight. He has 4 in the second half, had that 17-point first half, and the fans trying to get back into it. They were kind of on their hands a bit. Foul's going to be on Ontario left. That'll be his third. Still not shooting.
It's a more aggressive second half, but the players ought to take note, too. The officials calling it more tightly. You bump and you reach, you're going to get called. It's a good call right there. Let rides him, and that's a foul defensively. He doesn't have position there, and he's riding him.
Doesn't matter whether it happens along the baseline or at midcourt. It's still a foul. King with it. Lett jumps out on him. Lett is very aggressive. King gets inside, but I think Lett's going to be called for another foul. Let's see which way this one goes. That will be number 4 on Ontario Lett here in Fitzgerald Fieldhouse. First Big East regular season game for both the Red Storm and the Panthers tonight. Glad you could join us. Pitt has been in control most of the night. Lett will go to the bench.
Brandon Knight talking to Lett as he went out, trying to get after his teammates. He's not only the leader out there shooting it with the ball, he's also not afraid to take charge.
And a good feed inside, and Sharif Fordham finishes just his second field goal. 53-39, the lead is 14. Here's Brown with it. Knight, a pump fake.
So much gambling right now by St. John's. Pitt should have some good backdoor opportunities. Pump fake, cut to the basket, and take advantage of some of the overplay because St. John's is uptight all over the floor.
Here comes Knight down the lane. Has that one blocked. Hatton got a piece of that one. Red Storm comes out of there with it. Brown tried to take it away, but Fordham had it. Gets it to Hatton.
Big East basketball in the second half, John. Both of these clubs are going right at each other very aggressively.
Very physical in the second half. We've already had a dozen fouls called. Somehow Hatton went behind his back, got his back, forced his way inside. Morris lost it, but Zavaskas has it. And almost stolen again by Fordham, who's going to be called for the foul. Page pushed him down, but I think the foul had already been called.
Not a good shot by Hatton that time. He's trying to create too much one-on-one. I think Fordham commits the foul right there before the push down. Boy, play has gotten aggressive. Officials doing a good job to keep this thing under control by calling the reach-in fouls.
In the bonus now, the Panthers will send Julius Page to the line, and he has been an excellent free throw shooter. He has made 15 of 19, but if he's only been to the line 19 times running, that means he's really not been as involved in the offense as he was last year.
Yeah, that's right. He's more, you know, in the jump shooting mode, John. He's taking those shots, not going to the line as much. Because when you go to the line a lot, you're taking it into the lane, drawing fouls.
Emmanuel back in, heading to the bench is Anthony Glover.
Tough night for Glover. He just has not been able to get involved in the offense. He's been pushed outside, and he's got to be frustrated right now. He's a senior and one of the leaders on this St. John's club. He's been defended very well by Pitt tonight.
Well, the Panthers have been successful at the line as well as in the field because they've made 7 out of 8 as a team. Page will get his second opportunity. The sophomore from Buffalo. Where it snows a little bit Christmas week, huh?
Wow. Say just a little bit.
55-39, Panthers by 16. The biggest lead has been 25. Hatton gets around Brown. Looks for help in the corner. Gets it from Willie Shaw. Now Emmanuel.
St. John's really needs to start making a run now. The clock working against them.
He stepped out of bounds before he got to the basket. The Red Storm will turn it over and take us to a timeout with 7:52 remaining. The Panthers' lead is 16.
At Advance Auto Parts, we believe in doing it yourself. So we made this commercial ourselves. Yeah, we're rolling. Go ahead.
3, 2, 1.
Robbie, can you come down here for a second?
We are still getting a raise.
Prices, not prizes. We don't have prizes. Do we have prizes?
The all-new Kia Spectra. Drive one and at some moment, it'll hit you. The moment you realize you can actually afford a car available with air conditioning and power windows. Plus, Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. We don't know where or when, but it will hit you.
Thank you! Thank you!
Introducing the 2002 Kia Spectra.
Get 1,000 cash back or 1.9% APR through January 31st.
From Columbia Pictures.
The champ is here!
Be a
part of the motion picture event of the holiday season.
Cosell, everybody around the world wants me to snatch that thing off the top of your head.
Time magazine calls it one of the best films of the year.
I'm a bad man!
And now, nominated for 3 Golden Globes, including Best Actor Will Smith.
You lucky he holding me back, man.
Rated R. Now playing in theaters everywhere.
At halftime, still lead by 16 inside 8 minutes to play. Let's take a look at our best plays of the game, brought to you by Advanced Auto Parts. But the best part is our people, and the best part for the Panthers has been number 20.
Brandon Knight. And he is having a fantastic evening here tonight at Fitzgerald. 5 threes in the first half. You just saw one of them. But more importantly, he is just taking charge of this Pitt team. Clearly the man, the leader out there for the Panthers.
He's taken it on his shoulders this year, and it has certainly benefited the Panthers.
1-2-2 pressure, trapping all over by St. John's. You want to get it to the middle if you can. There it is.
And Knight triple teamed and taken away. At the other end, Shaw has it knocked away by Brown. Red Storm ball under their own basket.
Well, give St. John's credit in this second half. They have been letting it all hang out defensively. They may have dug too deep a hole, down 23 at the half to do it, but they are really pressuring Pitt right now.
32nd timeout called by the University of Pittsburgh. Now, the storyline has been that Pittsburgh shooting in the first half and the three-pointers. They have not made a three-pointer in the second half. As a matter of fact, they're 0 for 3. But Knight has certainly been the story. Hatton has picked it up a bit in the second half when he's gotten some baskets, but the 8 points for him at this point, not enough for the Red Storm.
Now, that's right. Knight's taking charge. Mike Jarvis is still in his troops' faces saying, guys, there's 7:35 to go. I want that full all-out effort defensively. We've got to cash in, and we've got to find a way to stop Knight down the stretch.
Well, now that the regular season has started, you want information on your favorite Big East team, go online at www.bigeast.org for all of the basketball and conference news from around the Big East. And there is news. Miami beating Georgetown at the MCI Center. The Panthers have jumped all over the Red Storm here. A lot of terrific early season matchups. There's a good inbound play and give the basket to Willie Shaw. 6 points for the sophomore from the Bronx. Brown tonight steps through the double team. All the way inside, feeds Morris, who lays it home. Torrey Morris has a dozen. That is his high.
Another great job by Brandon Knight, though. Get it to the middle against pressure. He drew the defense, getting it inside the foul line, doing it all tonight for Pitt.
And averaging 6.8 assists. He had 6 tonight. Hatton for 3. Bending off, tipped up, tracked down by Page.
When you're coming back like this, you've got to make shots like that, get hot. And again, Pitt seems to be holding off the St. John's rally right now, trying to get Knight the ball in the middle. Nice adjustment by Ben Howlander in the timeout.
Morris along the baseline. That's not his area, 15 feet away, but he'll put it up anyway. The baseline shot, air ball, picked off on the far side.
Not a good look. Got to take more time, get Morris inside.
Here comes Hatton against Brown. Goes all the way under, and now Glover has to bring it back out. Leans in, misses the shot. Rebound Morris, no foul call. Steal by Hatton. And stuffed. His second dunk, Hatton with 14.
And he's a great steal man. He knows how to anticipate. He's got that knack. Able to finish, and Glover continues to be frustrated trying to get the ball to the goal.
It is a 30-second timeout called by Mike Jarvis and the Red Storm, bringing a 9-2 record into the start of the regular Big East season. Of course, these early season matchups, we had the BC game last night, 5 more games tonight, 6 games coming up on Saturday. And this is when we're going to find out how accurate the coach's poll is when the season begins. You look at the Eastern Division preseason pick, Boston College. They, of course, won their first game. Then UConn and Miami has been the surprise team so far. The Canes are undefeated at 14-0 because they beat the favorite in the West, Georgetown, at Georgetown. Syracuse, they played well. Notre Dame, new young player for them. in West Virginia. Pittsburgh picked down in the pack, but that's not going to hold up. How about Saturday? Should be an outstanding day for Big East basketball fans.
No question. Pitt, another surprise team, as you see those matchups, and one of the nice ones will be Pitt at Boston College, so we'll see how Pitt can do against the team picked to win the East, Boston College.
And that is number 4 on Sharif Fordham.
That's his score, team 8.
Got Mike Jarvis off the bench.
Well,
Zavaskas will go to the line.
When you gamble defensively, you're going to pick up some fouls, and now Pitt will have a chance in the final 6 minutes of this game to do some real damage with this pressure defense as they go to the foul line.
They've missed only 2 foul shots so far. Zavaskas is 3 of 3. In fact, all of Donatus's points have come at the line, let back in, Morris to the bench.
Well, Ben Howland, we've talked about St. John's and their substituting. Ben Howland's done a nice job in this game to rotate people in on the front line and keep a consistency of Knight, Page, and Brown inside on the perimeter, I should say.
Zavaskas gets the roll. I need to correct myself. The Panthers have only missed 1 free throw tonight, not 2. Back to that 16-point difference, and this is where it's been, Ronnie. 14-16.
St. John's has got to pick the pace up offensively.
Hatton gets a bump from Knight. That'll be the first foul on Knight.
The first thing he's done wrong tonight, John. Played so well.
You couldn't play the whole game without at least getting 1 foul, right?
Right.
Now when you're matched up against one of the best newcomers in the league and Marcus Hatton.
He plays aggressive defense, too. It's inevitable that you will pick up. As you see the free throws tonight, Pitt has really stepped it up. 10 out of 11, just 56% on the season.
St. John's a better free throw shooting team. Hatton shooting at 77%. Back into the lineup is Eric King. For the Red Storm, we've been looking up at the wrong numbers most of the night. 1 out of 2. Put back is good by King.
Like King, good-looking young player. Never brought that ball down when he got the rebound. Kept it up and finished.
Turns out to be a 3-point play. Jerron Brown draws a crowd, keeps his dribble, goes all the way in, and will go to the line.
I like Brown, John. He's a guy that he just plays that role. He's out there playing good, solid defense. He's strong, able to take it to the goal.
You know, he's a big 6'4", too.
Really
I mean,
is.
technically, Pittsburgh uses a 3-guard offense because he's a guard, but he plays a forward spot.
Yes, he does. Southpaw.
64% foul shooter. The Panthers with just their 2nd miss tonight. What are they, 10 of 12? Or 11 of 13. One of 2. Double figures for Jerron Brown. He's got 10. Panther lead is 14. Ball winds up in the hands of Hatton, which it often does for the Johnnies. Shaw. That one goes inside. Good effort that time by Glover, but he didn't draw any contact.
He just can't buy one tonight.
No, and he missed the shot. He has only made 1 field goal. He's missed his only free throw attempt. He got a good look that time and couldn't finish the job.
Worked so hard to get there.
Well, he's only 1 of 9, so that's the kind of night it's been for Anthony Glover, and that pretty much tells the story for St. John's. Emmanuel tried to save it, could not. It'll be Pittsburgh ball. Inside 5 minutes left, Panthers lead is 14.
Always got to have your hands ready if you're a big man or any teammate of a man penetrating who's got some good passing skills. Hatton does the job there. Emmanuel was just surprised by the dish.
Page handles the inbounds pass, gets it back to Jerron Brown. Now Zavaskas, and he finds Julius Page. There's the trap. Timeout call. Well, the Panthers got the timeout before the 5-second call as Page was in some trouble. 60-46. It's a 32nd timeout. Well, the Panthers pretty much doing everything right. 21 points on the night for Brandon Knight. Torrey Morris has chipped in 12, and Jerron Brown also in double figures with 10 tonight. let's take a moment right now to thank our corporate partner, Cooper Tire. Proud to be the official tire of the Big East Conference. Cooper Tires, drive on.
Well, time running out on St. John's in this game. If they're going to make a run, John, they've got to do it now. Pitt's going to have the opportunity, if they take good care of the ball, to put this game away from the line. But Mike Jarvis's club has certainly put Pitt to the test with their intensity and full court pressure in this second half.
They're poised to trap Knight once he brings it across midcourt. Gets it to Brown. He penetrates. Little runner goes. That's a dozen for Jerron Brown. Just 2 away from his career best.
Beautiful job against pressure. Get it to the middle. Penetrate. Take what the defense gives you.
Blocked out of bounds by Knight, as he denies Hatton that time.
He can do it all. Knight's got quick hands. That is not easy to block the shot of a jump shooter from three-point land without fouling him.
Back in the hands of Hatton. Left jumps out on him. Three-pointer rattles home. Well done by Willie Shaw. That is his first three-pointer tonight. And it is the first for the Red Storm.
Really going to help St. John's, not only tonight, but in Big East play if Shaw can find that range from three-point land.
Almost turned over, and Knight, who else, keeps it alive and then is fouled. Willie Shaw commits his third foul. So the only three-pointer, second three-pointer of the night. Remember, Donald Emanuel had a three-pointer earlier, so that is the second St. John's three-pointer. Knight will have a pair at the line. This is the one area, surprisingly, that he struggled. Only a 54% free throw shooter.
Well, he needs to have a hand in his face to be able to drop it in, maybe.
Well, he's got to move back.
Sometimes the guy does like to shoot the ball more on the move, pressure. They don't have time to think about it, but with the rotation that Brandon Knight has and his ability to concentrate, he should be a good free throw shooter. That time he just pulls the string on the ball.
12-15 are the Panthers at the line. We have an officials timeout with 3:53 to go. Still Pittsburgh by 14.
The certified pre-owned BMW. Getting one couldn't be easier. Take one for a test drive today. BMW, the ultimate driving machine.
Comes in handy, huh?
It's a lifesaver.
We're looking for a new VP of our Northeast operations. Stop by my office later.
Hey, Kevin, aren't you the VP of Northeast Operations?
Imagine what the Journal could do for you. Get 8 weeks of the Journal for just 38 cents a day, a 50% savings. Call 800-249-8900. That's 800-249-8900.
Music on. Boom, boom, boom. On Tuesday evening, Spencer Olin went to bed a loving husband and an acclaimed scientist. On Wednesday morning, he woke up. Public enemy #1.
It's a cyborg with a bomb in its ribcage.
Do not believe what they told you. In a future where paranoia is everywhere.
Every effort is being made to locate this imposter.
How do you prove who you really are?
Don't you think I'd know my own husband?
Imposter, rated PG-13. In theaters everywhere Friday.
Tonight's Big East basketball game is being brought to you by BMW. Test drive the ultimate driving machine at your local BMW Center. We're in Fitzgerald Fieldhouse, 50th and final year for this building, and the Panthers doing it proud tonight. 63-49, top 25 scores. It's Butler in the second half by 2 over Wright State. See what else we've got in the top 25. Wake Forest losers earlier to St. John's, winning their game tonight. And in the second half, top-ranked Duke leads Davidson. It's Kansas by 7 at halftime over Valparaiso. Illinois has a 9-point lead at the half, and it's Iowa, #9, leading Wisconsin by 9. That game is also at the half. We are deep in the second half here, 3:40 to play. Emanuel's long-range jumper comes up short. Brown has the rebound. There's that big 6'4" size inside, getting the board for Pittsburgh.
And now what you do, under 4, work the clock, ignite the ball as much as possible, and make your free throws when the reach-in occurs.
It's a good feed inside Brown. Now looks for help, gets it from Knight, and he's fouled by number 1, Marcus Hatton, who picks up his 2nd personal foul. We're in the double bonus, too.
Now that's where Pitt can frustrate you. You're putting the pressure on, and they're working the clock. They're being patient with the ball. And again, you make yourself go to the foul line and try to cash in. And Knight, one of the areas he does need to work on, John, is from the stripe, because he handles it so much. He'll be there a lot toward the end of ball games.
And more top 25 scores. You see Alabama winning easily at halftime, and Marquette has a huge lead over Morris Brown. He has missed 3 in a row at the line. Emmanuel has the rebound. So Knight has come up empty 3 straight times. 3:10 to go. You would think that the Panthers have enough cushion, but you never know. Hatton tried to go inside. Lett comes up with a loose ball, then looks for some help.
Big turnover.
3-on-2, Pittsburgh. Brown inside off the glass, misses with the right hand. And then the foul is called on Knight. That'll be the 2nd on Brandon. And we'll shoot 1-1 at the other end. Fordham checks in. Emmanuel goes back to the bench. The Johnnies go back to the foul line, trying to slice into this deficit. Less than 3 minutes to play. It'll be Glover, who has missed his only free throw attempt tonight and has only 2 points, 2 rebounds. Guy averaging 14 points and 7 rebounds a game. The Red Storm still have plenty of timeouts left. Lett rips down the rebound for Pittsburgh. Panthers get it back.
It's just one of those nights for Glover. It's as if there's a lid on that rim for him tonight. Never could get out of the blocks. Good defense by Pitt.
Brown tried to go inside, and King fouled him. That's number 2 on Eric. Brown will go to the line, where he is 1 of 2 tonight. Well, the Red Storm has plenty of timeouts available on. They still have a couple of 30s and a full.
Well, they're going to need him down the stretch, but Pitt with an opportunity to put the game certainly close to out of reach if they can convert from the line.
Makes the first of 2, 13 points, 1 more, and Giron will have matched his career high. Set earlier this season.
Played a very solid game. He does it quietly. He's quietly put these points up tonight, John, and he rebounds, he defends. He's a key man out there in this Pitt team.
And he's been consistent throughout. He had 7 points in the first half and 7 more in the second half. 65-49. Hatton for 3, he buries it. So Hatton hits the 3, his 19th on the year, his first tonight, and he's at his season average with 18 points. 65-52, the lead is 13. Pittsburgh's biggest lead, 25. They were up 23 at halftime, right through the legs of Ontario Lett.
Well, you got to give the big fella a ball he can handle. And again, it seems like when Knight doesn't have the ball, things are a little bit scarier for the Pitt fans. They've got to find Knight and see if Hatton can do it again for St. John's. He needs some help out there offensively.
Panthers have turned it over 16 times, which is 2 more than their average. There's a long-range 3 that winds up in the hands of Brown. I think it was deflected by Knight. Probably got a piece of it. And the foul is called on Glover. And Anthony has struggled tonight.
St. John's foul going against number 23.
Well, you have nights on occasion where you just want to forget about it. And this is one of those for Glover. He's been very consistent inside. Of course, St. John's this year, he's a senior, but just, you know, Zavotskis did an excellent job keeping him away from the basket, and he never got anything going inside.
Well, Zavotskis did not make a field goal tonight. That one rattles out. Alpha Bangura checks back in, replacing Sharif Fordham, who heads to the bench. It has all gone the Panthers' way tonight, triggered by the first half 17-point flurry by Brandon Knight. Terry Ouellette has 5. The lead is 14. Panthers tried to save it and winds up in the hands of Hatton. Working on Knight. Could have been offensive goaltending there as his fingers came up around the rim. Brown hits the deck.
Mike Jarvis is
way out of the box. Jarvis is all the way down in front of the Pitt bench, and Ed Corbett tees him up.
He just felt that was a very generous call to allow the timeout as Brown was going down. I think that's his call. He wanted to see a travel on that call. Mike Jarvis way out on the court. He's got another one.
And he's been ejected. Mike Jarvis's night is over. A frustrating night for the Red Storm. The Johnnies have trailed the entire game, fell behind by 25. And Jarvis has been kicked out.
Well, you know what? You can reach the height of frustration. And Mike Jarvis is very composed on the sideline as a rule, but finally said, you know, I just don't see the timeout on that call. The man goes down. But credit Brown to have the presence. Let's check it out. Brown right there will have the quick defense come on him, and as he goes down.
Was he asking for help or calling timeout?
I think he's asking for help. I never see the timeout call there. And I think that's where Mike Jarvis is saying, if there's not a foul on the play, he traveled with the ball.
Well, Jarvis will depart.
So they're going to say there was a tripping play on it. Mike Jarvis doesn't see it. And I think he'd seen enough for tonight. The frustration reached its peak.
You're probably right. He'd probably seen enough.
I think he's seen enough. Well, I think once he got one, he got the other one. He's saying that'll do it. Let's check it out here. Yeah, Hatton gets the leg in there. It's questionable, but no question with the look on Brown's face.
Well, Zavaskis is going to be at the line for a while because it was 2 technicals against the coach. So that'll be what, 4 shots, Ronnie?
You got it. Plus possession.
Zavaskis is 6 of 6 at the line. All of his points tonight have come from the foul line. And he finally misses. Well, Kevin Clark
taking charge right now over there. He's a graduate of Clark University, has been with Mike Jarvis, is in charge on the bench for St. John's right now.
7 points at the line for Zavaskis. Panthers will get it back. And of course his son, Mike Jarvis II, better known as Deuce, is also one of the assistants.
That's right.
Along with Dermond Player and Alex Evans. So the head coach is gone for the Red Storm, and this game is just about over for the Johnnies. 2 surprise teams, certainly, Ronnie, so far in the Big East. One has to be Miami. They're undefeated. They go to Georgetown. They win tonight. The Panthers come in 12-1, but people said, well, you only played one quality team, South Florida, and you lost that game. Well, you'd have to think that now that we've started Big East play, these are quality wins for Pittsburgh.
That's right. I mean, and Pitt is now 13-1 after this game. They beat Ohio State on the road. They're playing with confidence. I've said it a few times tonight, but they are a tough team when they're ahead, John, because they're patient. They got Brandon Knight playing very well at the point guard position, and it looks like a team that's on a mission right now. And for St. John's, hey, they didn't quit at all in the second half. They came back, played with intensity. They just have to find people to help Hatton scoring and get involved with the offense.
Well, thanks to their defense, they have one of the best point spread margins in the country. They're a plus 17.8, and right now they are up in this game by 17. They're holding the opponents to 54 a game, and right now the Red Storm has 52. Syracuse wins over Rutgers. Miami, there you see the finals. They beat Georgetown. Lett makes the catch in traffic. He likes to dribble. Feeds Knight. Fitting finish for Knight. He has 24 points, just 2 away from his career best. He had 5 3-pointers all in the first half. Tough shot tried there. Knight has it. Gets it to Brown. Final minute 15. Brown goes inside. lost out of bounds and belongs to St. John's. A minute 10 to play, 71-52. And the rest of the Big East scores on this first full night. There was one game last night. Villanova beats Providence, and UConn wins by 22 at Virginia Tech. The matchup for Miami will be at Connecticut coming up this weekend. Pittsburgh Panthers, meantime, as you have mentioned, will take their act on the road. They'll be playing at Boston College, then they go to Rutgers on Tuesday and come back here a week from Saturday against Notre Dame. The Irish will be on a road trip to West Virginia and Pittsburgh.
Oh, some good matchups coming up. John, I'm looking forward to that BC Pitt game Saturday night. You got some good backcourt combinations with Troy Bell and Ryan Sidney for Boston College, and certainly Brandon Knight, Julius Page, and Jaron Brown here for Pitt.
Ryan Sidney playing very well, is getting inside to score the basket is Yuri Dimitris off the bench. He gets into the act.
And in the box score with the deuce.
Yes. The one player we didn't see tonight, see if that foul's on McCarroll.
Say it might be, since he had the right arm of Eric King as he went up for the board.
Looked like he was hanging on. But we have not seen Siobhan Troutman at all. Here comes Gino Frederico, a sophomore, a walk-on. And the ovation is for Brandon Knight. And well-deserved. 24 points, 6 assists. He made 5 three-pointers. They all came in the first half.
He was the man. He's the reason that Pitt was able to pull out this victory. A huge first half, and he just takes total control of this Pitt Panther team. He needs to stay healthy, and he needs to stay on the floor for the Panthers this season.
Well, unless he gets in foul trouble, he is going to stay on the floor. They're not going to play without him. Here's McCarroll ahead of the crowd. Let's see if he tries to jam. Yeah, how about that one?
Puts the exclamation on it for the Panthers.
75-54. Shaw's three rims out. It has been that kind of night. Troutman is on the court now. They get it inside. Federico gets in the act. It's one of those nights as Siobhan Troutman is on the court for the first time tonight. Gino Federico, a walk-on, getting a basket. And the Red Storm have seen enough. The difference at halftime was 23. It will finish at 23, 77-54. The Panthers go to 13-1. The Red Storm 9-3. Give a lot of credit to Knight. He was the guy that got it going for Ben Howland, and they win again.
Well, very impressive victory for Pitt, John. They did it again with defense, holding St. John's to 54 points. Not a lot of easy looks for St. John's in this game. Big first half. It's St. John's too big a deficit to try to come back in the second half.
Well, they did their best. They got very aggressive in the second half, but it was too little too late. Ben Howland's club is for real. Folks in the Big East better get ready. One of the surprise teams is Miami. Another one, Ronnie, has to be these Pittsburgh Panthers.
No question about it. They're playing with a high level of confidence right now. The wins will do it for you. And the thing that's impressive about Pitt, tough defense. They're good with the ball offensively. And with Brandon Knight playing the way he is, a lot of people really getting into the act for the Panthers.
Knight had 24 points. Marcus Hatton had 18 to lead the Red Storm. It was a tough night for Anthony Glover. Jaron Brown matched his career high with 14. Torrey Morris had a dozen in the game tonight, but too much of number 20 for Pittsburgh. Panthers win it. The final tonight is 77-54. For Ronnie Perry on our entire Big East crew here at Fitzgerald Fieldhouse, thanks for watching. I'm John Sanders. It's been a pleasure. See you down the road. Happy New Year from Pittsburgh.